Hello, this is Jason P. Wilson 01 X-Force, and this is my comic pick of the week and honorable mentions for the week of October 12th, 2011, and today is the 18th. It is a Tuesday. And last week there were a lot of great comics. It was really a neck and neck between two, but there were three that were strong contenders for pick of the week. I ended up giving it to The Unexpected One-Shot by Vertigo, mainly because it was such a unique comic, and it was so well executed. This is an expensive book. It's $7.99, but it has 0 advertisements in it, so you're getting like 100 pages of pure story goodness. I mean, you're getting 9 different stories, all of them very unique, with great artwork and very well told stories. None of them connecting, of course, but if we don't get our DC Halloween issue that I love, at least I got this, because it has that kind of flavor to it. It's, of course, a much bigger book. Like I said, it's like 100 pages. And again, no advertisements. It's wall-to-wall, very good to great storytelling. Absolutely love this cover, by the way. So yes, 9 stories. All of them very well done. It starts off with the great Carlini, and obviously he's like a Houdini, and it just captivated me right away. Now, I'm not going to go through all the stories. In fact, I probably won't talk about them too much in case you want to pick this up, but I will show you the artwork. Right away, it's just a very interesting story, grabs me, pulls me through, and then all of these have very cool endings. It's very obviously for this month, it's a great Halloween type book to pick up, because all these stories are like twisted stories, like creep show type stories. All of them really exceptional in their own way. Definitely there is gore, as you can probably tell here, but it's great for a horror book. This was a really interesting one too. I mean, I really can't say any of them are better than any of the other stories. They all were very unique, and I think that's what I loved about it. I love that I would read a story, and then, boom! As soon as I got done enjoying that story, I would start reading the next book. When I was younger, I read this book called, I think it was called Tales of Ithcar, and it was like short stories, all told around this fair in this one medieval city. And I just loved that every time you got done with a good story, you had this next story and then this next one. And I had my favorites, but I really enjoyed that type of short stories, all a little bit connected. Now, you don't get the connection here, but what you do get is the same theme. They're all a horror theme, and it's very much like Creepshow. Now, these are more like horror oriented. You have really twisty endings on a lot of these, but again, all of these are very unique and very well done. I really enjoyed this quite a bit. Again, I can't recommend this enough. If you're looking for something that's very, very different, and if you're looking for some really great short stories, this is a flavor of comic book that really doesn't come out very often. So whenever it does, and it's done this well, I like to bring light to it. A great comic, and definitely a well-earned pick of the week. Next up is a very close number 2, and that is Batwoman number 2. This was a great book. Obviously only 2 came out so far, but this one really showed me how good this series is going to be. The artwork as fantastic as I expected, but what really excited me about this comic is, you know, the best that I've read was a story arc in Detective Comics of Batwoman. She's never had her own ongoing series before. So reading issue number 2 and the excellence being even better than the first issue, it got me very, very excited that we're going to get this type of quality book on a monthly basis. I mean, I hope I didn't jinx that, but I just can't read. I can't wait to read, 20 issues of Batwoman. It's just, I mean, look at that page. Drop dead, gorgeous, so unique. It has such a captivating flavor about it. Extremely well written, and that is matched by masterfully done artwork. This is just a sight to behold. It's a pleasure to read, and if it wasn't for the uniqueness of Unexpected, this would have won Pick of the Week. But if this is the quality of book we're going to get month after month, this will always be a contender. Absolutely love Batwoman, and so excited that it's now an ongoing series. And next up here is another honorable mention, and this is X-Men Regenesis. This was a really good book after reading Schism, and if you didn't read Schism, this would be a great book to get. I liked how that you had this, this isn't a fight, and it shows kind of like a caveman type atmosphere here. And then we go, and then you have Wolverine going to everyone and talking to them. He's pretty straight up, and he accepts their reasons one way or another, but he lets them make the decision. He just gives them his reasons why he is. And they keep going back and forth between Scott and Logan talking to everyone. What I didn't like is Scott kept on going after Logan to try and talk them out of going with him. It was very underhanded, and I thought it was, wow, another reason why Scott is so unlikable right now. It's like if I'm going to be picking up Uncanny X-Men, his team, it's like I'm going to be rooting against him. But yeah, this is a really good comic, and I have to say I really liked the whole view of them being like savage cavemen and going around the circle and choosing sides. Of course, that's just a perspective. And then I liked how every individual got a little bit of time in explaining why they're on each of their teams and why they made that decision. So I thought that was really cool. I thought it was really well done. It's not a necessary read, but I think if you miss this comic, you're definitely missing something special. And then here's this great last panel here, and you have the two teams. I thought it was interesting. You have Wolverine's team walking away into the future, or not the future, but they're walking towards something, and then you have Scott's team walking back. And the perspective of Scott is, we're going forward, and people that are on Scott's team are like, well, Wolverine, you're going backwards. Yet Wolverine's looking into the future. He's not looking into the immediate. He's looking to these kids and what they can do later on. So his perspective is actually further into the future than Scott's and the other X-Men, but they can't see that. So I thought it was cool that the artist and the writer, I assume, had pull on this, shows Scott's team coming back to the present, but you see Wolverine's team walking like into the future, kind of a thing. So I like that a lot. I thought this was a really good book, and I definitely recommend this. So those are my honorable mentions and my pick of the week for last week of the October 12th. And yeah, so I was curious if you guys picked up these books, what you guys thought. And with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.